Hey, everybody, it is Tim Gillette, and this is the Tim Gillette Show. Now, I'm your host, Tim Gillette, but this show is not about me. This show is about some of the most awesome people I meet along the way. Number one, they got a great story. Number two, they've empowered themselves. They know what they're doing and changing the world. All right. And number three, they're enjoying the ride, which is our status and our way we do things around here. Today's guest is no different. All right. I've known Michelle, I want to say 7 or 8 years now. I can't remember how long ago we met. All right. But we met through my mentor, Craig Duswalt. All right. And I know that, you know what I mean? She's gone one direction. I've gone another direction. And we finally get to catch up live on air today to find out what Michelle is up to. Now, I mean, this past year with the whole pandemic thing, I'm sure this girl has figured out some unique ways with the way she does video stuff. All right. But I don't want to give away too much of the details. I want to let her share this with you because this is an awesome story and awesome product. So Michelle Calloway, did I say that right? Calloway?
Yes, Calloway. Yes.
Calloway. Like Cab Calloway.
Yeah. Sure.
And whatever cooler.
Whatever helps you remember Calloway. Some people say like the golf clubs, and I'm like, unfortunately, I'm not related to those Callaways, but
do you even play golf?
I don't play golf. No.
I don't either. I don't get it.
It's never appealed to me. I like mini golf somewhat because I just, love the little contraptions that they make. And it's just simple and it's fun.
Well, we like simple over here. All right. Our brand now is Simple Easy Marketing, but that's what we like. But anyway, so Michelle, I want to say it's been like 3, maybe 4 years since we've even seen each other.
Yes.
What have you been up to?
Time flies, doesn't it, Tim? I mean, you used to have long hair. Look at you now.
I know. I cut it all off a year ago and everybody's still shocked.
So I have been up to amazing things. I actually, I built Revelio back in 2016, and Revelio is now a software and media solutions company. And then in 2019, I got Tech with Heart Network and Foundation going. So we have a nonprofit now, Tim.
Oh, wow.
We're all about empowering entrepreneurs to be successful. So all of this came from being given a vision, basically being called to it. So I've been a busy girl just trying to get the word out about how others need to step out of their fear, step into their purpose, shine so bright that everything that they were ever meant to have attracted to them is attracted to them. So I'm all about visibility, media. I use media in very unique ways.
Yeah, it's the thing about things with media. First of all, I recall seeing Revelio being used, and I always thought, like, this is a mass thing. You should be a billionaire with this thing. It's so brilliant. Where did you come up with this idea?
Okay, so my background is in visual communication. So I've always been a visual media girl. And then I ended up getting hired on at the city of Reno as a graphic designer. I learned a lot about print media and got to do some really fun projects there. And then I got let go in 2010 after the 2008 crash.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I started up a graphic design agency with my best friend, and we were just doing our thing. I love working with people, and I love making them happy with the visual elements they use to promote their business. And then I was introduced to a technology called augmented reality in 2012. I was first introduced to this technology. Now, I just want to set the premise. I wasn't looking for anything new.
We never are. Yeah.
I was so content just doing graphic design and creative directing and just really enjoying working with my customers. And then this technology called augmented reality comes along. I saw it. I was wowed and dazzled by it. And then lo and behold, I couldn't sleep for 2 whole weeks. When you can't sleep for 2 whole weeks, you're being called to it, because that just is not ordinary. That is so extraordinary. And I am a faith-based entrepreneur. So I had previously been widowed. And when my husband passed away, I knew I needed to go all in with God because I didn't really have any purpose otherwise. I needed to follow his lead. So when this happened, I'm like, okay, God, what's going on here? So I started to learn everything I could about augmented reality. I was finally able to rest. And the more I got involved in becoming a tech founder and seeing the power of this technology, I was just like, wow, this is so powerful. It can be used in so many different ways. But how on earth, or why I should say, did I specifically, why was I being called to this? I didn't understand my why at that point, Tim. And it wasn't until I mean, can I share my story and my signature?
I want to hear your story. And of course, I want to record it. That's why I have you on my podcast.
Okay, so let's just, for those of you who don't know what augmented reality is, it's a cousin of virtual reality. Rather than having to put on goggles and be taken out of your real world environment by not having any perspective of what's going on around you, like virtual reality does, it takes you completely all in. It's a fully immersive experience. Augmented reality it does not need to take you out of your real world environment in order to witness virtual content in your real world space. Think 2016 Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go was one of the first big sensations to implement this technology where you could go into 3D augmented reality mode and capture little Pokemon characters in your real world environment. And it was getting people up and out of their chairs, off the couches, and out and about, like geocaching, but so much different. It was just like really a fun gamification use of augmented reality. Well, that was all around the same time that I had my aha moments. And my aha moment happened when a young lady came into my office and saw that I could make images, logos, objects come alive with virtual content when they were viewed through a smartphone. So it does not require goggles, right? It does not require anything over your eyes. Well, she had fallen in love with a guy who is now being deployed overseas in the military, and she missed him like crazy. And she said, will you help me create a greeting card that he can have and see me anytime he wants, but then with your Revealio technology, he can like watch me come alive and talk to him on the card and feel like he's got a little piece of home with him. And I was just like, whoa, I'm getting chills. Yes, let's do that. So Tim, I'm going to share this card with you. This is a beautiful card with her beautiful face on it. It says, I love you and miss you. And we created this together. What she did is she went and shot on her phone a little video to talk to him directly. And then I made this card come alive with our technology. And I'm going to show you what it looks like. So when he received this card, he loved it because her face is on there and she gets to, she's a beautiful little young lady, and he was just like so excited. But when he downloaded the free app and held it over the card, this is what he saw. He got to see her come alive on the card. And she's talking directly to him. And then these little call to action buttons actually allow it to be shared on social media. So yeah, so when he saw that come alive, he tells me later, he says, Michelle, I'd never experienced anything like this before. It rocked me to my core. And he said the oceans between them, he was in Germany, she's in the US. He said the oceans just disappeared between them. And he felt that she was somehow embodied in that card. So he carried that card in his wallet every day while serving. And that is when I had my aha moment, Tim, because I understood now why it was me being called to this, because of my husband passing away previously. And I value human connection more than maybe an average person does. The quality of human connection, that is the memories that we leave behind once we're gone. Yeah. Now I get to use this magical portal of augmented reality to create those engaging experiences between people from different worlds, different countries. Even businesses can use it to create that awe and wonder moment to help people relate to them quicker and resonate with them on a deeper level and feel something. How important is it for us to get people to feel something? I have authors using it for their book covers now. It's just an exciting, my dad passed away. We do memorial cards now that come alive with like the person's life legacy story. Yeah. It's just amazing what we can do with this technology. So that's I'm just curious, when you come up with this technology, all right, is it like engineers that come up with it, or was it something you personally sat in a lab and went, I'm going to create this? No, augmented reality was presented to me, it's an open source technology, Tim, so anybody can build with it. Mm-hmm. In fact, when 2016 happened and Pokemon Go became such a huge success, what we noticed was a huge shift in focus for big corporate companies like Apple and Facebook and even Google, because they saw the value and power of AR, we call it AR, versus only VR, whereas before they were only focusing on VR. but now they're realizing the power of being able to integrate into our real world environment. So now you see Google Maps, there's actually Google Maps 3D. It'll lay out an augmented reality visual aid showing you where the path is that you need to walk down. We see airports using it to, guide and direct people, but along the way, they're getting little pop-ups, showing them what things are on for sale at this store over here. There's just a ton of integration that can happen through the AR technology. So anyway, so we went ahead and built Revealio based upon that soldier's response. We built a model that allows, no matter how old you are, no matter what your pocketbook looks like, you can afford to use this technology. And we're one of the things that we're very passionate about with Revealio is that we want people to use the technology to enhance and deepen their relationships. So like we have a partnership with Send Out Cards where you can actually send cards, birthday cards, anniversary cards, Christmas cards, or just thank you cards. Thank you for joining our membership. Thank you for being a customer. And now all of those cards can come alive with a message from you.
So like I have this unique thing, all right. When people join my mastermind, they get sent an email with a video of actor Dean Cain welcoming them to my mastermind. I could put that video of Dean Cain welcoming on a card and just have them look at it, and then the card comes to life with actor Dean Cain.
Yes, I love the combination of a physical, tangible object that people love to hold on to. There are some people who don't care about tangible objects, but I got to be honest, video, as you know, taps into 3 of our learning modalities. We've got the visual learner, we've got those who need to read text on a screen like you've got a scrolling banner there, and we also have those who need to hear it. So that's where it's great to have a podcast. But if those are only tapping into 3, now augmented reality adds the 4th element, and that is something physical and tangible. And that is why it's so powerful. It's really unlike anything else. It's not static like a QR code where it's robotic and humans can't relate to it. This is images and logos and visual graphics coming alive with virtual content. So yeah, you can create a card that will come alive with Dean Cain's, talking to you in your interview, whatever.
If only I could get. I come up with the idea many years ago when I was attending. I started attending a church here in the Dallas area, and this would have been around 2002, 2, right around there. And that was the time that George W. Bush was president. And you go into the welcome class for the church, and the first thing they show you is a welcome to the church video with the sitting president of the United States welcoming you to the church. And I'm like, that's a cool idea. And I remember when I presented it to Dean, he was like, yeah, I'll do that for you. And no problem. Right. And but I never thought about putting it on a card and sending it to him. I've known you for years and I've never thought about doing that.
Well, this is where it starts to think innovatively. Like, how can you differentiate yourself? And that's one of the reasons why Kevin Harrington, the original shark from Shark Tank, was raving about this, because he was just like, this is a beautiful, unique differentiator for business owners. Whether you're networking in person, you can make your business card come alive, right? And give people that wow factor while also not using so many of your words, because sometimes words do get lost in translation depending upon who they are and what language they speak. But if you show somebody what you do by just waving your phone in front of your business card, voila. I mean, I've had people tell me, Michelle, this is the most addicting thing I've ever done, is go into a networking event and just get excited about people asking them what they do, and they show them, or authors choosing to make their book covers come alive with the why they wrote the book kind of introduction, and making those aha moments happen for people. And so that is a great way to use it. I use it for trade shows as well. You can do gamification. You can make any element in your trade show display come alive with different content that's going to pop up. And every time a different reveal is seen, means basically a different image is trained by my system to recognize that image and then pull up a video overlay message, while there's also a set of call to action buttons per unique reveal. So you can send people to claim a free gift, but at the same time you're getting them to be super excited about your journey. Wine vineyards can use this to show history and do walking tours through the vineyard. I mean,
I got an idea for you, Michelle. All right. Get a celebrity get their picture. So every time someone goes through the airport and sees this picture with whoever this celebrity is that you've got, that's your spokesperson, they go to take a picture with themselves and that celebrity, and the picture comes to life with the celebrity telling them, "Hi, how you doing? All right, you should go get Revealio."
Exactly.
Wait a minute, think about that. All right, George Clooney. Every time you take a picture of George Clooney's picture anywhere in the world, it comes to life, and George Clooney talks about your product.
Yep, it's pretty spectacular. So we actually have packaging. Packaging can come alive. When people are doing virtual events, people are still sending swag packages like, gift boxes. We can make those gift boxes come alive, enter for a chance to win through the call to action buttons that appear. When I speak on stage, Tim, I actually use this to engage my audience. Oh. So I have somebody handing out all these different branded little visual cards that have my, different images because it's image recognition. So different images are going to trigger different responses through the app, Revealio app. And so I do that. I engage my audience. I say, okay, somebody in this audience has just been given a grand prize card, but nobody will know unless you take the steps. Just download this free app and let's just see who's the grand prize winner. It's almost like a scratcher, opportunity.
Like a scratch and sniff. But yeah, you're actually making it come to life.
Yes.
Now let me ask you some things about the technology. All right. If I just walk by and do I have to have the camera on to get this to work, or what is it or is it in the app that makes it work?
So there is a free app. It's called Revealio AR Marketing that has to be used as the viewer. Remember, virtual reality, you have to put on special goggles in order to see. And in order for you to view a Revealio activated piece, you have to use the Revealio app. And there's a lot of ways that we help identify that. Like on banners, you can just have the little R logo, or you can have it on the back of the book. You can have something like this, where you have a little disclaimer saying.
Yeah, let me put that. Wait a minute. Let me put you up on the big screen so we can people can see that.
Let's see if I can get it. There you go. It says,
there we go.
Watch this book come alive on front cover with Revealio AR Marketing app. So there's just a little indicator there. But then when you watch it come alive, all you're doing is just holding up the, let me just go back here and to show you this. I'm just gonna have to launch it again. This is my husband's book. He just became an international bestseller last year. And so one of the things that he wanted to do is let people know why he wrote the book. So I'm gonna show you what his book looks like.
Jerry Bowden, aka Buster.
See, it actually comes alive on top of the book. And if you move the book behind, you can see that the video story tracks with the actual physical object. So as soon as I take the book away out of camera, oops, it actually picked up the video from my poster over there. You see that? So everything that I do to market, I
has that on it.
Yes, and even this Revealio logo is just a tablecloth that I draped over, a board so that you can see the Revealio logo. But when I'm at a trade show, the tablecloth itself will come alive. So yeah, it does require the free app, but it's free and it's available on iOS and on Android. And there's different ways that I incentivize people to take the step to download the app. But here's the thing, Tim, is that I've been doing this for quite a few years now. And I've had people come back to me 9 months later, like take time to actually text me or write me an email letting me know that they've never thrown away my business card because they know it comes alive. Whether they've actually taken the step to download the free app to watch it themselves, that's not really the important thing here. The important thing is how are you resonating with people? I mean, some of them say that, oh yeah, your card's right here, and they'll just pull it. And they'll show me. They're like, nope, I can't throw it away. It comes alive.
Wow.
I know, it's pretty powerful.
It's, and it's almost like, we need a gimmick nowadays. All right. To reel people in. And this is like a gimmick that's like, got like a never ending story behind it.
Yeah, and that's the neat thing too, is with our model that we created, Tim, it gives the user, the business owner that wants to use it as a marketing tool, we give them all that power to be able to go in and continually swap out their videos so that they can keep their campaign fresh and relevant. I actually have had schools use it to communicate with parents, like through magnets that sit on the fridge. So they can just go and just look at the magnet every so often and get a message. And it's a video message, and it's done and translated to them in their language.
Wow. Cool. You know what I mean? Are you like partnering with the schools on getting this or what?
Well, so far I've been more or less just looking for partners to partner with me because I have what I've decided to do is to hone in on only a few audiences, and that is mostly speakers and authors right now, because those are the ones I have more people using it to make their books come alive, because they're pretty pouring their heart and soul into their books, and now they're using it as that unique way to market their book. And we can make bookmarks come alive and postcards come alive that you send out to promote the book. So that's who I'm focusing on right now, because I can't be everywhere at once. I have a very small team still, but I'm also built the Tech with Heart Network, which is the nonprofit organization. So I'm doing two things at once.
Cool.
But yeah, if you love what we're doing, just reach out. We'd love to partner. We have the affiliate program and everything. I mean, we just want to bless people with this.
Well, let me think about this now, Michelle. You know, I have a blog and video event that speakers and authors come to all the time. We should be talking about this. I don't know if this is a right fit or not, but
yep.
But I mean, you know, you've been through some, you know what I mean? You stated one of the things, all right, you lost your husband, all right? You know what I mean? You have a new husband now and everything, but, you know, this is a driving feature for you in your life. I got to ask, before all this came about, all right, when you were younger, did you have something that like was a driving thing for you? Might have been a coach or a boss that said something to you that motivated you, that makes you the success you are?
Actually, I grew up very shy.
I can't imagine that.
I know a lot of people really struggle with that. When I tell them, I said, yeah, until I was around 11 years old, I felt very invisible. I wanted to be invisible, I guess, because my mom said anytime somebody tried to like compliment me or say anything to me, I would just hide behind her skirt. Wow. And very uncomfortable in the limelight. And then when I became a teenager and I got an opportunity to kind of start discovering myself and realizing that, hey, I have a voice. Hey, I can actually be kind of funny. So I started tapping into that fact that I can be funny and make people laugh. I kind of started liking that. And then I stepped into a spiritual awakening when I was around 17 years old and realizing that, hey, you know what? There's a lot more going on here in this life than just me and how I feel about me. So my perspective started broadening. Yeah. And then I did indeed. I was gifted and blessed with the love of my life, my first husband. He was my angel. He was sent to me, I believe, at the right time in my life where I was kind of on a self-destructive course because I really didn't care about myself. But then stepping into a relationship with him, I started overcoming this inferiority complex with his help, with his guidance, with his love, unconditional love, and then stepping into a spiritual relationship with God really helped me become a more empowered woman. I find my identity in God, not in myself or my looks, or my weight, or, what I do for a living. I don't find my identity in any of those things. So I was a very happy, content young lady. I was always attracted to advertising in a way through the graphic design world because of visual. I'm a visual person. So that's kind of where I got my first start. And then when God called me into stepping up into building Revealio, I was resistant. I was very resistant because I was very happy with where I was at. I was working with small business owners one-on-one, helping them with their visual, marketing materials. I loved that because I was helping them shine. I wasn't focusing on me shining. I was focusing on helping them shine.
And it's funny how we have to go through that sometimes. Michelle, I went through the same thing with, when I got out of the car wash business and having Zig Ziglar say, Tim, you should be a speaker and a coach. And I'm like, who, me? Well, are you kidding? And most people are like, oh, wow, Zig told you that? And I'm like, yeah, I still didn't believe him. I don't care if he was the best. I didn't believe him. You know what I mean? And that, like, the best tells you can do this. And you're like, nah, you're lying to me.
Yeah, you do feel very uncomfortable. You don't feel that it's, so when Revealio was first introduced to me, the whole concept, like I said, I couldn't sleep for 2 weeks. I still didn't feel like it was about me. It was about what I could do for others. And I went ahead and built that model. But then lo and behold, in 2017, right before Thanksgiving, I was shown a full color vision more spectacular in color and more vivid than I've seen in any of my other visions when I feel that God's talking to me. He shows me either visions or sometimes I hear an audible tone and I hear words. It doesn't happen very often, but when it does, you kind of pay attention. So this vision was shown to me because here's the thing, Tim, when I was demonstrating the power of Revelio, we went to wedding fairs. We were showing how wedding invitations can come alive. We were showing, people about the wedding thing, but they were also at the same time squealing in delight. They were saying, I would use this for a heartbeat in my business to promote my business. But then they would also say, man, technology is moving so fast. So I would hear all these things like, wow, that's amazing technology. I've never seen anything like it. I would use this for my business, but man, technology is just overwhelming to me. It moves so fast. I can't keep up. 90% of small businesses struggle with technology as their number one pain point. Did you know that?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm in marketing. I hear it all the time.
I did not realize it was that high. So in 2017, right around Thanksgiving, I was shown a vision. I was standing center stage in an arena, like a Coliseum arena, filled with highly excited, energized entrepreneurs. They were on their feet and they were all cheering and looking at me. And I was standing center stage speaking to them.
Wow.
And I heard the words tech with heart.
Wow.
And that is when I knew I was being called into a leadership role to step out of the shadows, step into the spotlight, and lead others to embrace technology so that they can grow their business faster, because so many of them feel overwhelmed. They don't know what they need. They don't know who to trust. They don't know where to go. They don't know how to do any of it. And they feel stuck. They feel intimidated. They're very intimidated by it. And so I'm calling them to come and join this heart-centered, forward-thinking, innovative group of small business owners and entrepreneurs to where we can grow alongside each other, and we will simplify everything. We simplify things for them so they can embrace it. We bring experts to our Tech with Heart show to provide value back by doing expert interviews. We also have our experts hold workshops. We host webinars, and we do open discussion forums like on Clubhouse. Or on Clubhouse twice a week right now. And so I'm showing up now regularly, and I started speaking, and that's when I started reaching out and doing more things with Craig Doswell. I was getting trained to be a speaker, and I know now that my main number one long game in life is to continue to show up and lead entrepreneurs to help them embrace technology. But it's not enough to embrace technology, Tim. If you don't embrace technology properly and you don't keep heart at the center of everything that you do, you don't keep people at the center of everything you do, then you're going to alienate. So
that is true. And the idea, I think about this too, Michelle, how many times I've gone to something with technology, or I've gone to a webinar with technology, and really all they are doing is selling the technology. They have no clue whether it's going to work for Michelle or Tim. They just want to sell it and they want you to buy it. No, they never stop to actually answer your questions. They're just trying to sell the technology. Heart behind it goes, well, great, Michelle, that's a great product. How's it going to help me? And that's where I think you put the heart in, right?
Oh, absolutely. We put the heart in because I don't like to promote anything I haven't tested or tried myself. I also don't promote people that I don't get to know and learn whether or not they're going to take excellent care of anybody in my network. So yeah, I'm doing due diligence on my end as best I possibly can. And I bring in experts to talk about topics that I know business owners want to hear about. So we do the television show, we do the actual network events where we're providing value, workshops, because it's one thing to say, okay, you should take a look at this, but it's another thing to say, hey, look, you should actually take a look at this and implement it, and here's why, and we're going to show you how. Right? Because it's one thing to enlighten, but it's another thing to empower, and then it's another thing to implement.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like it because I started my whole thing because I wanted to, help big people understand, that the marketing should be simple and easy for your clients to find you, get to know you, and buy from you faster. That was what came out of my heart. Was I wanted to get people, not that I wanted you to find the simple, easy way to do it, No, I wanted you to understand, make it simple and easy for your clients to find you. All right. Make it simple. So we built a whole monthly series, and we bring in people, not the gurus. I'm not bringing Tony Robbins in. I'm bringing people like you in who are really on the ground helping people. And that's what I see you doing, the same thing. It's like, you know what I mean? We met at a place where we were both going, okay, what's the next step? What am I doing? And we both went to a place where we found the mission, found the destiny, found what it is that's going to drive us. I love that.
Yes, and I'm also very excited because I've recently partnered with a friend of ours, and she's in broadcasting. So now she's helped me get my television show. So Tech with Heart TV is a real thing now. So Tech with Heart TV is on Amazon Fire and Roku. And now because of my affiliation with her, I'm also able to help others step into the leadership role and have their own television show and podcast. So I feel very blessed, like I'm being placed at the right places, and I'm getting connected to a lot of really great people. And the nonprofit Tech with Heart Foundation I've not met one human being that's never that has said that, oh yeah, I don't need that. They're all just like, oh, I love that. So it's a great network to be a part of as well. techwithheartnetwork.com if you wanted to go check us out there. And I invite you to be interviewed on the Tech with Heart show if you provide value back to our entrepreneurs.
Yeah. I'm going to try and type that in, but I didn't type it in ahead of time. But techwithheart.com. We'll mention that again later.
Techwithheartnetwork.com. Techwithheartnetwork.com.
Yeah, that's too much for me to type in while I'm trying to focus.
It's okay. You don't have to. I can say it again. Techwithheartnetwork.com.
See, that works. So, and someone can actually, you know what some can do? If you're actually watching this, do me a favor and put that in the comments for me, and I'll bring it up on screen. That's how you make a show interactive, by the way.
There you go.
Yeah,
I love
you get
interactive.
people to do it for you. So let me ask you this, Michelle, your future. Where do you see Tech with Heart and Revealio 5 and 10 years from now?
Well, I think Revealio is always going to be around. I'm actually hoping that somebody will come in, a big corporation, and just take it and run with it so that I can focus a lot more on building this amazing heart-centered, forward-thinking community called Tech with Heart. So Tech with Heart Foundation has an entrepreneurial arm, we have a student arm, and we have a children's arm. So we have 3 different programs that we want to get going, because my husband, who wrote this book, Wish Sandwich, he was abandoned and grew up in a boys' home in New York. And so we know the importance of having a solid foundation as a child. So Tech with Heart Foundation has that children's program where we want to partner with organizations placing children in loving, safe home environments for them to start learning to focus on their future and not their survival. And then our Tech with Heart Institute program is going to provide boots on the ground work training and opportunity to build portfolios for underserved or underprivileged students in the San Francisco Bay Area. In the realm of marketing, media, film, journalism, web design, any digital marketing. So those are the arenas that we're going to focus on. And then the Tech with Heart Network is all the entrepreneurial, providing, great value there, helping them to feel safe, to ask good questions, and to bring experts in to give them insights and guidance and just build that network. So Tech with Heart for me is my long game. I can see myself showing up, speaking and inspiring and building partnerships with Tech with Heart for the rest of my life. And Revealio will always be there. Revealio will always be the driving force with this interactive technology.
It's the shall we say it's the doorknob that opened the door.
Exactly. And it is that unique differentiator, heart-centered feeling of, connecting even across to oceans through this magical portal of augmented reality. So I see that that's going to always be a driver.
Yeah. Have you seen or heard of the freedomwriters.org?
Yes.
All right. Like that girl had, she's had a mission to help kids in school. And that was the gateway, like helping the kids in the school she was in was her gateway that changed a whole worldwide thing. You know what I mean? And I see you with Revealio being the same way. So.
Yes, it's exciting about what the future holds because, when you're given a vision so clear like Tech with Heart, Revealio is obviously a calling too. So I know I was called to both of these things. But when you see how they start intertwining and one is a driving engine for the other, but then the other is so heart-centered in how we embrace others to come into a warm environment where we can feel like family and grow our businesses together. But I also get to share my story on stage. My story is the fact that I was indeed widowed and that I actually had a dream that I was in the ocean drowning. It was like a nighttime storm happening, and wave after wave was crashing over me. And this has happened after my husband had passed away. And I was just chugging water, trying to keep my head above the water. And I heard a voice in the distance. I was a male voice, and I heard him say, "Grab hold." And he threw this life preserver out to me, and it splashed, landed right like 12 inches away from me. And I was just like, oh, hallelujah, I'm going to be saved. And then I went to reach my arm out of the water to grab hold of that life preserver. And I couldn't muster the strength. I kept trying. I couldn't get my arm out of the water because I'd been treading water for so long, just trying to stay alive, just trying to keep my head above the water. And I knew then, because I couldn't grab hold of that lifeline, that I was going to drown. And as I woke up out of that dream, I actually heard the words from God, I believe, "Do not trust in your own strength alone, but trust in my strength."
Wow.
And I thought, whoa. So yeah, I'm all in where God's sending me, where God's taking me. I'm just all in. I'm all in with him wherever he wants me to go. And that's my driving force for showing up every day. So excited. And what's going to happen today? Who am I going to bless today? And who am I going to help shine today? And how am I going to be able to share my story to inspire and encourage others to step into their purpose-driven life?
Cool.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to put some of our comments up here. Do you know Anita, by the way, Sonia?
I may or may not. Anita, good. Sonia.
She is actually doing, I actually was one of her speakers, one of her sponsors for her 100 Days with Entrepreneurs. That's a place you need to speak. And I'm going to make sure the two of you are connected. I'm going to connect you on Facebook afterwards. But she lives overseas, but she's doing this conference. She's going to do another one of 50 leaders. So
Wow.
in your field. But she asked this question, will blogs die because of video? I don't think they will. Do you?
No, absolutely not. I think that we need to be incorporating more video into our blogs.
Yeah, that's what I do. It's like I have this whole process, which I put this whole blog is, some of you are actually watching this video on my blog.
Now, you got to be smart. I mean, with the AI coming out and doing more auto translation of videos, being able to detect the content that's being shared on the videos, that's going to be super helpful with SEO. But we definitely need to continue to share. And blogging provides a place for people to land. So you've got YouTube and you've got blogs, and blogs just carry as much weight in a different arena. Remember, we talked about the learning modalities. You have to continue to provide people content to read. Yeah.
I've always believed you've got to give content to people on the plane that they are willing to accept it on.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
Not everybody is ready for the technology of watching a video yet. Some people still want to read the newspaper. Meet them where they are. All right. They'll come to you eventually. But if you don't meet them where they are, they're never going to accept what you do. And I've always believed that. Yeah.
And my new phrase these days, because I mentioned to you that I'm now into the broadcasting arena with my friend Raven. So I'm able to help people shine bright through marketing materials, publicity opportunities, and getting themselves their own television show and podcast. So I believe I'm called. That's everybody who knows me knows I do what I do because I was called to it. So if God can be omnipresent, then the least I can do is be omnichannel. I need to be on as many platforms as possible so I can tap into the learning modalities of the person and their preference and how they want to consume content.
Awesome. So, well, Michelle, you gave us a lot of great information today. Great story that you have there. What is the website that people need to follow? Where are they going to connect with you on?
You can go to revealio.com. It's the word reveal, io.com. It means to reveal your brand magically or reveal your awesomeness magically. We are all about helping you shine and make your business come alive. You can reach out to us there. You can also reach out to me at mcalloway@revealio.com.
Cool.
Or if it's easier, info@revealio.com. I get all of that.
Yeah, I've got the same way as you. I've got the info one. All right. But Dave, my assistant, uses that more than me. But if you hit reply to that, I see the email. Yeah. I see it. It's like Dave keeps going, how do you answer that email so fast? Because I see the on an email sent out on the system. That's important. Engagement.
Exactly. Yes.
So, Michelle, it's been fun having you on the show. I've got to close up here today, but before I do, I have a little quiz for you called Tim's This or That. You ready to play a game?
Let's play.
All right. So 9 questions. I'm going to give you 1 or 2 choices. You tell me which ones matter to you. Maybe some of these will have a conversation. Maybe they won't. I don't know. We'll have to go and find out. Number 1, Star Wars or Star Trek?
Oh, Wars. Star Wars.
Star Wars. Were you like into the original series when it came out, or did you get into it later in life?
No, my dad actually got me involved, and I went and saw Star Wars, the original, twice with my dad. And considering we're a family of 7, him spending the money to take me twice was just huge. He was such a nut. He was such a nerd. I love my dad.
Wow. Yeah, my dad never took me to see a movie. I had to drag him. All right. The next one here is going to relate to, shall we say, social media channels that you may be into. All right. Let's talk about these. One of these 2 you like and don't like. Snapchat or Instagram?
Which one do I like better? Is that what
you like better, Snapchat or Instagram?
Instagram.
Yeah, me too. I had this whole thing. I didn't think Snapchat was going to last. I was shocked it did. But everybody's like, why are you picking Instagram? Well, because Facebook owns it. Yeah. My next one here kind of can relate, but maybe not. I don't know if San Francisco doesn't get some of this stuff, but would you rather be at a picnic, all right, and you're going to get into a fight with friends? Would you have a water balloon fight or a snowball fight?
Oh, for sure, water balloon. Yes.
You live in a San Francisco area. Have you ever dropped a balloon off the top of your building?
No, I have not, but thank you for the idea.
I'm not saying that I've done that, but in the words of Eddie Murphy, I wasn't always a policeman. I fractured an occasional law as a child.
That's fun.
How about food products? Hamburger or taco?
Taco all the day long, tacos.
You belong in Texas. I'm telling you, man.
Love tacos.
We got tacos down here like you wouldn't believe. Anyway.
Tacos.
Yeah. My next one here, beer or wine?
Hard alcohol?
I personally drink bourbon, but hey, bourbon and moonshine are my choices. But
yeah,
I always ask that, and sometimes I have to watch because sometimes my guests, they come on and say things like, well, I'm 7 years sober. So I always have a backup question in case they say that one when I have it down there, and I usually ask coffee or tea. Mm-hmm. So yeah. But I've always have that. I always have that in there. It's like I want to see who's a drinking. One person, Scott. God, what's Scott's last name? You'd know his voice if you heard him. But Scott, actually, I knew he was a bourbon drinker. So I basically said to him, "You're going to ask beer or wine, but I'm going to ask you Jack Daniels or Jim Beam."
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would definitely go for the hard alcohol. I like mixing it with like something sweeter. I like the mixed drinks.
Now I'm going to ask this because you've never partied with me in my room at Craig's events to know I had this there. Craig found out later on I always have it there. But moonshine, do you ever have moonshine?
My sister lives in Arkansas, so I've tasted moonshine.
Yeah, I got 7 different brands of it on my bar downstairs.
Wow,
I love moonshine. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. All right, well, let's move on to the clothing factor. All right. Are you a dress-up girl or a yoga pants girl?
Yoga pants.
Yeah. All right. Are in the past year, have you dressed up from the waist up and there's still the yoga pants or sweatpants down below?
I am wearing yoga pants right now.
My first speaking gig, all right, online. I had my dress shirt on. I had my suit coat on. I had my pajama pants on.
I love that.
You got to be comfortable when you're doing
all day
right?
long.
Yeah.
You got to be comfortable. Yeah. Yes.
How about this one here? I mean, it kind of convey this one. I'm a Texas guy, so I got to ask: boots or heels?
Sneakers. You know what? My personal identity. When I saw a bunch of women on stage being leaders, they're all wearing like the skin tight dresses and the heels, and I'm just like, that is not me. That is not me. I am a tomboy all the way. I will show up, but I will not show up in a dress.
Yeah.
So.
There's only one picture of me online, and it's because I let Craig do it. I don't wear If you ask me to speak and I have to dress up in a suit, with a suit and tie, I don't do it. Because that's one of the things that, like, when I told Zig I was going to get a suit and a tie, he said, no, that's not you. I wear jeans. If I can't wear jeans to speak, I'm not interested in the speaking game.
Exactly. You got to be you.
That's it. That's me. And you can now build your own brand however you want that way. And that is it. You know what I mean? And I got to say that every time I've ever seen you, Michelle, live in person, you are you.
Exactly. I am. I don't present false very well.
Yeah. That's my kind of people. That's probably why I'm attracted to, hanging out with you, because you're my kind of people. So
nice.
My last two questions are the controversial ones that everyone argues over. The next one would be the toilet paper. Does it go over on the roll at your house or under?
I like it over, and it's just easier. But I learned something recently. Did you know that it was actually designed to go under? But then the toilet paper companies found out that if it's over, that people use more, so they buy more. So that's why they put the floury pattern on the side, so that if it's over, it looks like it's the right way. But it was actually originally designed to go under.
Wow. I didn't know that. So that's always the controversial question. And like, I've had people be on here, they're the calmest, most, peaceful person during the whole interview. I asked that question and fangs come out. Over.
You know what? I didn't ever care. I didn't ever care until I married my first husband and my late husband. He's like, no. There's a right way and there's a wrong way. And I'm like, oh, you're making way too much of a big deal out of this. But I went ahead and obliged. And now I understand, it does happen to roll a little easier when it's over. So whatever.
So our bathroom that we have together downstairs, all right, has it over. The upstairs one, the one by my office, which is right here, all right, it's just sitting on the back of the toilet tank. I avoid the argument altogether in my office.
You sure did, yeah.
So, and I had a guest. We had some guests over, and usually when people come over on weekends, guests came over this weekend, and one of them, they always use my upstairs bathroom. They don't using our downstairs one, and they come up, and one of them put the toilet paper on the roll for me.
Aw. Hilarious.
Because it bothered him that much.
I know. It's funny with the little things that
get the people. Yeah. So my last one. All right. And I get it. You're a girl, but I guess this could be your preference. Not exactly what you wear. All right. Just, but boxers or briefs?
Probably briefs.
These are underwear.
Are you talking about for me, or do I prefer boxers or briefs on men? Because I don't know very many girls that wear boxers, but whatever.
I'm going to plead the fifth on what I know about what girls wear.
Okay, all right, sounds good. Don't get cheeky.
Hey, it's all designed to be a fun show. What can I say? So, Michelle, it has been a great pleasure of mine to have you on the show today. All right. Again, tell them your website so that they can get a hold of you.
So you can go to Reveal. It's the word Reveal, REVEALIO. It's Revealio.com. It's like Harry Potter meets Iron Man meets your business. This is a great way to market yourself and cause people to squeal in delight and be completely captivated by you and everything that you say. They literally hang on your every word after you demonstrate. Your marketing materials come alive with Revealio. So Revealio.com. Thanks, Tim, for having me today.
You bet. Thank you so much, Michelle, for being on here, being our guest today. All right. And giving us some great information as well as going into your story a little bit. That means something to me to actually share your story with my audience. So
fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Happy to share. That's what I'm here to do, is to shine and to share and to inspire and encourage others.
Cool. So to you, the listener, I want to thank you for tuning in today. Go to Revealio.com. That's the word Revealio.com. Check out this whole thing and see how cool it really is. And check out Michelle. She's on all the social channels. Come on, the girl's got a TV show now. You've got to check her out. It's because of people like her that we actually help change the world. And it's you, the listeners, who go check her out. So go there. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well as where you get your podcast. I'm Tim Gillette with The Tim Gillette Show. And I'll be back in it soon with another episode. Talk to you later. Bye now.